And welcome to the Sleek Farms. Well, sorry, my hand is kind of shaky this morning. It's uh, it's just around past 7 a.m. here, here in my location. You understand? And this is the farm. Okay, guys, this is the farm. This is the land intended to be used for the farm, and we already have a structure on ground, as you can see in the background. Okay, so this is where we'll be using for the Sleek Farms, and I'll be showing you guys step by step how we set up the farm, which is very, very important. I'll show you guys how we set up the farm, and also the cost implication, the cost of setting up the whole project. You know, you guys should just look around. This is where we intend to use, and we've started construction gradually. Matter of fact, this entrance gate was installed just a couple of days ago. We allowed it get dry before we are able to gain entrance into the premises, into the farm. So on regular basis, I'll just be showing you guys around the development around here in the farm. This was one of the palm trees that was burnt, because if you don't burn it to the roots, it will get to germinate again. So we had to burn some of these palm trees. So these are part of the trees you can see from the roots, you know. So this is where we intend to use for our Sleek Farms, and we're also currently working on our website, which will definitely be ready. The projects that we're going to be doing here will just be like it will actually be the beginning phase of the whole Sleek Farms. You know, before now, we were in Kano State, Nigeria, where we set up our first farm. Though while I was serving in Gombe State, at a point I had to also set up a farm there while I was earning, stipends for my alawi, for our coppers alawi. So I had opportunity to to raise some chicks, some broilers, which I had a very high mortality rate because of how congested the whole space was. It wasn't really a farm; it was just at the back of the toilet. You know, that was where I made a very small pen. Then I put the chicks there. So, and you know how hot the north can be. You know, it got very hot, and most of the chicks started dying. You know, so I lost a lot in that business. And talking about palms, let me show you the one that is yet to be burnt. You know, there are lots of palm trees here. This is one is a rotten palm tree. However, we need to also get that burnt. So this space you see right here in front of me, this space is the intended space for the pig farm. Okay, this space is where we intend to use for our pig farm. So yeah, it's going to be amazing, because I'll be showing you guys step by step how we set up the farm, the developments here in the farm, and our future projection as well. What we how we intend to expand gradually. Of course, for those of you that are experienced farmers, you know that it is not something you actually rush into. You know, the most important part of farming is the feeding. You know, you have to cater for either your birds, your pigs, your livestock generally, or if you're raising, I don't know, it depends on the project you're actually running. It depends on the project you're running. So that is all about it. And as you can see, yeah, the sun is just approaching. Let me show you the environment properly so you can see where we're walking from. So yeah, this is how it looks. I wish my camera can actually get a bit taller than that. But yeah, this is just about how the farm looks like. So this video is just an update to let you guys know that yeah, we've not actually been posting videos regularly, but very soon you get to hear from us. You get to hear from the Sleek Farms, and we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to show ourselves. You know, we'll be trying out so many projects here, like the BSF Black Soldier Fly larvae. We would actually be having a black soldier fly larvae farm here, which is where we raise black soldier fly, and we use these maggots to feed our pigs. We use this maggot to feed our pigs. We use to feed our birds. We use to feed our fish, and so on and so forth. Whatever it is that you're raising in the house regarding livestock, you can inculcate or use this black soldier fly maggots and I mean, you can introduce it as a source of high protein for your for your livestock. So we will definitely be introducing the black soldier fly larvae here in the farm, and we should have a location somewhere around behind me here where we'll set up the black soldier fly farm. So of course, this structure that I showed you right now is the intended structure for the pig farm. Very soon the masons, the bricklayers will come and start laying bricks around these this wooden frame that we just constructed. So you can see the way we built it. There will be enough air for the pigs. There will be enough air for the pigs, and at the bottom, when the pigs grow, of course, they tend to when the pigs grow, they tend to be very, sometimes very, pigs are docile animals though, but some of them gets to be very hostile, sort of, let me put it that way. They want to jump out of their pen. So we need to build the pen in such a way that it will get to a certain height. Then the animals are not able to escape from the pen. So this is much about what we intend to do here, and some of the masons are beginning to arrive. As you can see, we have someone here that will be working on the foundation. Working on the foundation. So that's right about what I intend to tell you guys this morning. That is the update. You can see him, of course, with his bag. The bag with tools that doing his job this morning, alongside a couple others. I'll also be assisting here at the farm as well. Definitely, I've been here for a couple of weeks now. Trying to put things in order. You can see the ground. It's not good enough for me to introduce anything yet. So it's still work in progress. We'll get most of these things burnt. We'll get them burnt down and disinfect this environment, this entire plot. We'll disinfect the entire plot. And also, guys, I want you to bear in mind that we will be running a very small snail farm here as well. With time, we'll get to expand and make it a greenhouse, but we have a snail pen already. I paid for two wooden snail pens where we can actually start with. So we'll start this project, gradually. We do not intend to invest everything we have into a specific project. We do it. We take it one step at a time, and that is my advice for most beginning farmers. If you have, for example, 5 million naira, which is around $3,500 or thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken, you introduce that money into your projects gradually. You do not take all the money that you have and invest it in your farming project. If you do that at the beginning stage, maybe for example, you have $1,000 that you want to invest in farming. You take, for example, maybe $500 to buy maybe the pigs, the fish, or maybe the chicks. Then you not considering the amount that you use that you spend in raising these animals, which is the most important aspect of farming. Raising your animals is very, very, very important. If you do not consider the money that you intend to use to raise these animals, that is a point where most farmers get out of business. You're not able to maintain your business, you're not able to feed your livestock, and at the end of the day, they start dying because poultry, birds, pigs, fish, name it, snails, whatever it is you want to do, cattle, whatever it is you intend to do or you're doing presently, please, as farmers, ensure you have enough capital on ground, enough capital to feed the birds. If you're into layers farming, you need to have enough capital to feed your birds so that to feed your birds to the stage where they start laying. It is when they start laying that you make money. Okay, you cannot make money before the layers birds start laying, except if you want to sell them to other people at maybe point of lay or whatever it is. So what I'm saying is you need to get adequate knowledge, you need to plan, and you need to try as much as possible to get enough money. Okay, enough money to feed your birds so that when you break even, you'll be able to definitely make profit out of it. And another thing I would advise you guys to do is to reduce the mortality rate. And how do you do this? Avoid heat. Most livestock do not like heat. Okay, especially the ones that we raise on land, they don't like heat at all. So you reduce the heat. And how do you do that? You build a very good pen for them, so they don't get too congested, and you make everything moderate. you make the whole thing moderate. So guys, this video is just for me to show you how the farm looks like and what we intend to do here. So with time subsequently, I am going to be showing you guys the development gradually in our farm. Thank you very much for those of you that had time to watch, and for those of you that have not been able to watch, thank you so much as well. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Continue to subscribe to my channel, continue to follow, and yeah, continue to like and share my video. Okay, this is very, very important going forward. So thank you very much, guys. I will definitely be keeping you posted. And there's someone else, and there's another missing right behind me, is hiding by the fence. So yeah, that's that that about it that's all about it for now. Okay, so whatever it is that you have to advise, questions you have as well, and the kind of videos that you want us to post, please do inform us in via our email, or do inform us via the inbox. Whatever it is, you can reach us. And like I said earlier, we're also working on our website, which will definitely be ready very soon. So from the website, you can place orders for our pigs, for our fishes, for the black soldier fly, which is what we intend to invest heavily on right now. The black soldier fly is a very big part of our project. So yeah, guys, that is that about that for now. And you can see someone already trying to get something done this morning, though he has not started. So yeah, guys, see you on the next one, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.